Alright, another video in the series. If you didn't watch the last few videos, I'm doing it from my phone now without the professional microphone just because it's quicker and easier. And as of now, after I release this episode, I'm still 14 days behind, even though I'm doing a couple a day every weekday and then one on the weekends. I'm doubling up because I really want to catch up so that I can fulfill my promise of doing one a day through December 31st of this year. So, without further ado, this is video number 2 in the balance series. And the whole idea is like balance is good in a lot of things. It's not necessarily good in everything. Sometimes you have to go all in. Like when you have a goal, it's important sometimes to have a lack of balance so you could actually achieve that goal. If you have a balance, sometimes it's like paying off the minimum payments on your card. It's probably better to just pay off the card all at once than to go pay on the minimum payments, and eventually you'll pay a lot more, double in some cases, than you would have otherwise. So that's the intro to the business, to this video. And I'm going to go on to share that, but sometimes you do need balance. Sometimes balance is important, and a lack of balance will throw you off. So today I'm going to talk about the two questions to ask yourself about what will you learn versus what will you get? And this has to specifically do with business opportunities, job opportunities, etc. When it comes to, I'm going to put the New California Republic thing in the background. When it comes to, it's kind of similar to the video I just did earlier today that I just released. The last one, that video is what will I get versus what can I give? This is what will I learn versus what will I get? And it's worded similar, but it's actually very different. Because let's say it's a job, right? When it's a job, it's what will I get, meaning like money-wise, like insurance-wise, etc. And then there's also what will I learn, which is the experience I will gain. And it could be like a business you create, or like it could be a lot of things, but what will I get, like material-wise, and what will I learn, like how will I grow, right? And so I'm going to go into the pros of doing one, and then the cons of going all into that one without the other, and then the pros of going into the other and the cons of going into the other, and then I'm going to talk about how to find a balance. So if you go all into what will I learn, then the pros are you will learn a lot, right? You'll be willing to work hard and just learn, and you'll come out being a much more capable person, whether it's photography. You're gonna go on to photography and then not think about what you're getting, but you'll learn and you'll come out amazing. Or coding, for instance, like you'll go in and you'll become much better programmer. Now the con is, of course, you might do things for free because you're not focusing on the monetary benefit or the material benefit, and you're only focusing on what you'll learn and how you will improve. But in the end, you're not going to get any immediate value from it. Like you might have financial hardship because you're going all into learning, but you're not making any money, so you're cash flow negative, right? So that's a huge negative and a huge positive. The other side of the coin is if you go all into what will I get and zero into what will I learn, then all that matters is money, and you will not become better at things. Or you might become better at irrelevant things. Like, for instance, if right now, my temporary goal for the next few years is to get a coding job, get really good at coding, and use that to pay off my bills and make a big savings so then I can go all into photography without worrying about money, right? So if I take a programming job that really doesn't make me do much programming, and I kind of just do something that's sort of irrelevant, or like maybe I take an IT job. It's like, well, I'm not going to learn anything. I'm not going to become a better coder. Maybe it'll temporarily get me cash flow positive, but it won't lead anywhere, and it will extend my period of doing jobs for years. Like I only anticipate doing it 3 to 5 years, but if I go into the wrong skill, like I might have to do it 5 to 10 years to pay off my bills and pay off all my debts and build up a savings, and I don't want to have to do that. Is that the negative? Did I say the pros? I think I just said the negatives. The pros are you're gonna get monetarily, at least short term, you're gonna get what you want. So there's actually a lot more cons to to going all into this and the other one, because you're not going to get what you want long term. Because long term, you have to grow as in the skill to maximize your earnings. And so in the end, you can't go all, you have to like, here's the balance part. You have to balance the short term. Hold on, sorry, I have to answer this. Sorry about that. That was an important call. So when it comes to balance, when it comes to what will I learn versus what will I get, you need to make sure that your short-term and intermediate needs are met while you learn. So the balance here is, how do I make my monetary intermediate goals, make sure that those are met? Like while I'm learning and becoming better, how do I make sure that I can pay the bills, right? And if you have a bunch of money from some investments coming in or like a side hustle or something, then that's your answer. But if you don't, it's like, well, I have to be paid while I'm learning, because otherwise I'm going to be evicted or I'm not going to pay rent or something. So the trick is get your short-term and medium-term needs met while you learn, which is your long-term benefit, is the skills that you will gain. So I hope this helped you out. Subscribe if you want to, and don't if you don't. And I will return tomorrow. Bye.